Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is By Any Means. There go to PayPal at Deem by any means. There go to Cash App, $ Deem by any means. Y'all know what I'm going to say. I don't care if you send $1, $100, $1,000. It is much, much, much appreciated. Um, I want to sit up here and talk about Devin Haney being the face of boxing. Let me explain. Bill Haney told me personally that he believes that Devin Haney is the face of boxing. And not only did he say he believed it, he went in and explained why. Devin being undisputed, the way they move out here, the things they accomplish, he think that makes them the face of boxing. Okay. But my question is so Devin's the face of boxing over Canelo? Devin's the face of boxing over Terrence Crawford? If he is the face of boxing the way that Bill Haney told me personally that he is, since then ain't it Devin's priority to make the fight with Gervonta Davis happen? Wouldn't all of the pressure be on him? Because the narrative has been take the A side, send the contract, he the face of boxing, blah, blah, blah. So if it really was Devin this whole time that was the face of boxing, wouldn't that mean that that's his responsibility? That all the narratives that y'all run with Gervonta Davis, you would now have to apply to Devin Haney? Because he's not fighting the best, and neither are the last two of his fights. He's fought the best. He's not making a fight. Bill said that they waiting on Tank and them to call them. So how can you be waiting on Tank to call you to make a fight, but you're the face of boxing? And all Devin Haney fans have agreed that the A side in the face of boxing, it is their responsibility to make the fight. And Bill even said he thinks that it's Devin's responsibility to make this fight. That's what Bill said. So if you are the face of boxing, I need to know how can you be the face of boxing without giving the monetary gain? Can y'all name me a fighter ever that was the face of boxing that didn't bring the monetary gain? Let me explain. Muhammad Ali, you go to Jack Johnson, he brought in monetary gain. Rocky Marciano and people like that, they brought in monetary gain. Sugar Ray Robinson, they brought in monetary gain. Joe Louis, they brought in monetary gain. They was the face of boxing and was like the highest paid fighter in boxing, while respectively all of them in their time. Yeah, they was. Muhammad Ali, he was the face of boxing, and we knew how much bread Muhammad Ali was getting, and he still was getting gypped. Muhammad Ali wasn't even getting all of his gettings. He wasn't even getting all of his gettings, and he still was the face of boxing. Let's go on. We fast forward a little bit later. You got your Sugar Ray Robinsons. I mean, not Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, face of boxing. He was also the highest paid. He also brought a lot of monetary gain. It's why Roberto Duran, Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearns, that was their biggest adversary. Sugar Ray Leonard. Stop me when I'm lying. And we all know even back then, they weren't all getting their gettings. You got Mike Tyson, was the face of boxing, was definitely the highest paid. Why? Because he actually was the face of boxing, bringing in the monetary. Name me somebody who's been the face of boxing that didn't bring in the monetary. It doesn't make sense. You can't have both. You can't have the title without the responsibility. I'm going to say that for those who sleep in the back. You can't have the title without the responsibility. So, Devin fans, if y'all believe that your guy is the face of boxing, then tell him he needs to fight Shakur Stevens and Gervonta Davis and do it very quickly. Yes, him and Devin, him and Ryan Garcia, they need to do over 600,000-700,000 pay-per-view buys. If what y'all believe is true, because nobody else is held to that standard that's actually the face of boxing. And I made this video to show y'all how much they try to confuse things. You don't want to be held to the same pay-per-view numbers as Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, but you want to claim that you're the face of boxing. It does not work that way. You want to say that you're the face of boxing, but you don't want to be held to the other side of it, which is the monetary part. And actually fighting the best. You haven't fight Sabril Matias. You haven't fought T.O. You haven't fought Shakur. You haven't fought Gervonta. You haven't fought any of the guys that people actually consider the best. Nobody has ever considered Lomachenko the best. Not now. Yeah, they consider Lomachenko the best at 135 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Yes, they did. Then they did. Devin was 20, 21 years old then. Remember when y'all said Devin was calling out Loma and all that back then? That's when Loma was actually considered the best. So nobody thinks that Loma could beat Shakur Stevenson. And most people think Shakur will beat him. Most people think Gervonta Davis will beat him. Only people that even make this argument is Devin Haney fans because Devin beat him. You don't hear nobody else making those arguments that a 35, 36-year-old going to beat Shakur Stevenson or Gervonta Davis. It's the reason why Bob Arum won't let him fight neither one of them. Not anytime soon. I'm not sure that he's going to get in the ring with Shakur Stevenson. He may have no choice, but we'll know if it's a decision that was made because he had no other choice. He had nowhere to go. So no, man, you cannot be the face of boxing but not apply those same narratives that y'all been trying to apply to Gervonta Davis because y'all told me he the A side. Y'all don't even agree with Bill. Y'all said that Gervonta's the A side and he need to send a contract. But if you backtracking on what you believe now, and you believe that Devin's the face of boxing, then now that pressure and responsibility is on Devin Haney to make this fight happen. Now that pressure and responsibility is all those narratives y'all push is on Devin Haney to make it happen. Because if Gervonta was the face of boxing and Fort Regis and Ryan Garcia back to back and had an opportunity to go over there and make a fight with Gervonta Davis, with Devin Haney, people kill him. Y'all still trying to discredit Gervonta for fighting a guy that Devin Haney fans y'all asked for this fight. Y'all was saying that he don't fight slick black fighters and he won't never fight Frank Martin. Look, y'all said if he don't fight Devin, Loma, or Shakur, he not even going to fight Frank Martin. He going to fight Pitbull again or Ryan Garcia too. Or Jose Venezuela. That's what y'all was saying. Yes, that is what y'all was saying. None of y'all believe he was actually going to fight Frank Martin. Y'all said, Dean, you're going to be disappointed when he fight Issa Cruz too. Remember, everything was looking towards Issa Cruz for a long time. So we're not going to try to act like what was said wasn't said. That's why I love this YouTube thing because you could always go back. We keep the tapes. We keep the files. So y'all got to make your mind up. Is Devin the face of boxing? Is he not the face of boxing? If he is the face of boxing, then he needs to be making these fights that y'all claim everybody else ain't making. If he's the face of boxing. If he's not the face of boxing, then it goes to show you just how much Bill and them will say anything to fit their narrative. Where they have said in the past that they know that Gervonta Davis is the A side. Who has ever been the face of boxing and has been the B side? Can y'all name me one person ever that was the face of boxing but was the B side? Now, unless you're going to talk about Mike Tyson and exhibitions when he got older or Muhammad Ali and then when they got older, okay, you'll beat me right there on that argument. But if you're talking about when they was actually active in they prime fighting, that was the face of boxing, that has never happened. And it never will happen. You will never see that happen because that's not the definition of face of boxing. People have to want to see you fight. They have to want to pay to see you fight. It's an article out today, y'all, that just dropped today or yesterday from Boxing News. Soon as I go on Google, it was the first article, y'all. And you know what it said? Why aren't Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia tickets flying off the shelf? Why aren't they? I know why. Because they both getting what they deserve. They both lied too much. Instead of being honest young men and making it happen, it would have sold a lot more. It would have been more appealing to people. It's not flying off the shelf because Devin is not the face of boxing. And Bill would just say whatever. He knows he wasn't the face of boxing. He lied to me about that. Because Bill knows there's no way that you could be the face of boxing without the monetary parts. Nobody will give you that sticker but your father. Your father is the only person that will give you that sticker that you are the face of boxing. And you bring no monetary gain. You can't even sell a fight with Ryan Garcia when his last fight did 1.2 million pay-per-view buys. You just sold 50K. Your last pay-per-view flopped too. And you can't even sell with Ryan, then it's you. Y'all know what this is, man. Dean, by any means. 40 mil bill, what they call them. What you're going to do when 50K is all you do, you going to sit up there and say that you the face of boxing. I holla at y'all.